Hey guys, it's Rob here. Today, I returned to California to cover the location in El Monte. There's multiple unique things about it, such as older decor and the fate of the items within the store, all of which we'll get into later. For now, I want to thank Original Bell 480 for being the original quester of this location. As usual, I've gathered information from multiple different sources, which I'll be linking in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as in the next video, I'll be going over a pair of locations that were the only ones in their state. Anyways, let's get into the history of Chuck E. Cheese in El Monte, California. The 4567 Peck Road location opened in mid-1982 as a Pizza Time Theater, opening with a balcony stage. They opened with the 1981 remodel, which gave a standard look to the restaurants. It's unknown what guest star they opened with, and we also don't know what cabaret act they had. In fact, we don't have much on El Monte during this time, though we do have an exterior shot from 1983, which shows us that they had the rectangular sign, with the logo to the left and the letters to the right. We also get to see three walkarounds, that being Chuck, Munch, and Jasper. I can't confirm if these were the store's own walkarounds, though. We also have another photo that shows off their Chuck and Jasper walkarounds again, but not their Munch one. So I'm not sure if this is confirmation whether or not that the Jasper and Munch walkarounds were actually theirs, but I mean the fact that it appears again here, the Jasper one, does make it seem like it's possible. Between 1989 and 1990, the location would receive the 1986 remodel, receiving a Chuck E. Cheese's pizza exterior, painting the walls white, adding colored checkers, receiving newer decor to replace the older decor, this will be important later, adding windows to the showroom walls, and replacing their balcony stage with a C stage, among other changes. We have an undated photo of their exterior after they received the 1986 remodel, which shows that they had reused the rounded rectangular sign, replacing the Pizza Time Theater logo and letters with the Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza one. We also see that colored checkers had been added as well. In the mid-90s, the location would remodel to the Operation Thumbchuck remodel, changing the exterior to a Thumbchuck exterior, alongside removing the roof design, removing some of the older decor for newer decor, and receiving the sky tubes. They would likely replace their C stage with a 2 stage during this time as well. We have a couple of undated photos that are likely from between the mid to late 90s and the early 2000s, with the first showing off Chuck, who was in full tux attire, as was normal during this time. We also see the other characters in a second photo, with Munch and Jasper still having their Pizza Time Theater masks, even after swapping over to a 2 stage. There's another photo as well that is most likely from the 90s that shows all but Chuck, which can be gathered based on the Chuck plush shown in the photo. The location's exterior would actually be featured in a movie in 2002 called The Good Girl, giving us our earliest look at their Operation Thumbchuck exterior. It is quite literally just a standard Thumbchuck exterior, with the Thumbchuck logo, being the StarCap variant used in remodels prior to 1998, the red and yellow letters, and the red and yellow awnings. We get our earliest look at the bots in footage from 2008, where the bots are not in too great of shape, with multiple movements appearing to be out, with just a couple examples being Jasper's body turn and Pasquale's right arm. The cosmetics are also all over the place, with Munch's teeth being crooked, and one of Chuck's feet being attached backward. I don't even know how that happened. Speaking of Chuck, he's in full Cool Chuck attire, though notably doesn't have the cap. Both Jasper and Munch still had their Pizza Time Theater masks by this point as well. We have an undated photo of the interior that appears to have been taken at some point in the 2000s, featuring the actor Michael Cera, interestingly enough, with some of the older decor visible in the background. We have a picture from 2011 that shows off their stage at the time, where we can see that Chuck was in full Avenger attire by this point, including the cap. Munch's Pizza Time Theater mask was also replaced by this point. We have pictures from 2012 that give us a much better look at these bots, being a surprisingly good look at them for the time. It could be the angle, but Helen's mask appears to not be properly installed to the mech, as it looks like it's fallen forward a bit, making her eyes look sunken in. Jasper's Pizza Time Theater mask is also confirmed to have been gone by this point. By September of 2014, all of the original red and yellow awnings would be removed from the exterior, as can be seen in a Google Maps photo from that time. The awning above the entrance would be replaced with a fully red one. It also shows us that the road sign's front was replaced with an Avenger Chuck one, though the location itself didn't remodel. A showroom tour from 2015 gives us a look at some of the older decor the store still had, where we can see their CD award posters, their Mount Chuckmore piece, and most unique of all, a parody poster. Not just any parody poster, though. This is Pizza Wars, a Rockafire Explosion parody poster. I'm not exactly sure how this was allowed to stay up, but it's very cool to see here, not just because of how long this location kept it, but also because it's a Rockafire poster, which of course was something the company disassociated itself with in the 90s. Another thing I didn't know about before seeing this is that the location also had etched glass covering those showroom walls. I'm not sure how common this was, but it's another unique thing we get to see here. Footage from that same year shows the stage to actually be in better shape compared to before, though there's still movements out, such as Chuck's eyelids. Pasquale is also missing his mustache here for some reason. Chuck's cap was also gone by this point. Another photo from Google Maps in 2017 tells us that the sky tubes would be removed by then. Footage from that same year shows the stage in a bit of worse shape than before, with Munch and Helen's mouths both appearing to not work, and one of Munch's eyes coming loose from the eye turn mechanism. At least Pasquale had his mustache back though. Footage from 2019 shows the stage in better shape, though Munch's eyelids are stuck being closed, and Pasquale is also missing his apron. Video from March of 2020 gives us a look at the entire store, showing us its more unique layout. The counter areas are facing the back wall, with the game room and kitty areas being to the side of it. The showroom is in the back towards the right of the location, with the stage itself being on the right wall. We also get a look at their bots, though only their random movements. They do appear to be in good shape based on this, though without a proper performance, I'm not entirely sure of this. In June of 2020, the location would close due to the bankruptcy Chuck E. Cheese was going through at the time. At the time of closure, El Monte still had their parody poster, making it one of the last locations to still have one in a store. By June of 2022, the building would become a Dollar Tree, which is still what the location is as of August of 2025. As for the fate of the bots, all 5 of them would be saved, alongside the games, decor, and even things such as the manuals. This is pretty insane when you consider the time it happened, as 2.0 was a thing at the time, though it was also paused at this point, and these things would all usually get destroyed. It's unknown exactly where these pieces are now, though they most likely are still in private hands. In conclusion, El Monte was a pretty good store, with it keeping the Operation Thumbchuck remodel until closure, and having all of its content saved afterwards. Having a parody poster up until then, being a Rockfire the one at that, made it all the more awesome. The bots may have not been in the best of shape, but it also could have been worse. Overall, this location was a fun one to go over. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's unfortunate how lacking this store's documentation was across every decade of its existence. It's clearly a very cool store, so it makes me wonder why it's not more documented. Anyways, my next video is going to be going over the only locations in Idaho, those being the 2 in Boise. It's home to a former Showbiz pizza place, and also was home to a Pizza Time Theater at one point as well. If you're interested in seeing that, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you're notified when it drops. If you want to find me elsewhere, I've got a Discord server and Instagram page, both linked in the description down below. That's gonna do it for now though, so God bless, and I hope you all have a blessed day.